What's up, world, and everybody out there in internet land? You already know who it is, Tony Tong, and you are tuned into Tony Tong TV. And you see we in the place to be, right? Today is July the 8th, I think. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Yeah, July the 8th, 2026. Yeah, man, I'm happy to be here another day. Got a lot accomplished, man, and I'm enjoying life. But guys, I'm not gonna be too long because I got a hot date with a stone cold diva. So I'm gonna slide up out of here real quick. But before I do, I just want to check in with all y'all. Let y'all know some things that was on my mind. Big shout out to everybody who's tapping in. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Yeah, man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But we are going to get right back into it. I seen something really interesting. The Charlie Kirk assassination case is back in court, and the internet is already going crazy with different theories and speculations. Some people are online claiming that Mossad was involved in Charlie Kirk's death, given the fact that his position on Israel and the American relationship has started to change. And others are saying that Tyler Robinson was just a fall guy, or that Kirk might have even been killed by an explosive lapel instead of a shot. So there's a lot of theories that are online, and you know, it's getting really, really interesting. But this is what is confirmed. It's not a full trial yet. It's just a preliminary hearing to decide whether there's enough evidence to actually move forward. Prosecutors say that they have DNA evidence, text messages, Discord chats, and statements from Robinson's roommate and partner, Lance Twiggs. The defense is pushing back really hard, though, especially on the DNA evidence and how some videos and statements may infect and influence the jury. One important correction that we got to make and know is that he has not entered a plea. So the idea that he might have been coerced is not true, because he hasn't entered a plea yet. So this is just a preliminary hearing. So the story is very controversial, very interesting. I like to see what y'all think about this. Put it below in the comments. I personally think that there was some very questionable circumstances, maybe some foul play involved. It is true that Charlie Kirk's stance on our relationship with our greatest ally or liability had changed. It is shown that people didn't like that change. He even got some threats, loss of endorsements behind it. So Charlie Kirk was a very powerful, influential man. Some people say he could even possibly be the next president. So a person with that much power, charisma, and voice, you know, it's not in your best interest if he doesn't align with your views or side with your agenda. So we're going to keep tuned, keep y'all in tune as this develops, because I'm definitely interested in this story. Something else that's interesting is that Idaho brought back execution by firing squad. It's like, what's this, the fucking Wild Wild West? Like, it's beyond me. But anyway, Idaho just brought back one of the most controversial methods of execution, death by firing squad. It's like fucking Wild Wild West. So just hearing me say that sentence in today, 2026, is just wild. But starting July 1st, 2026, firing squads become Idaho's primary method of execution. The state retrofitted its execution chamber at the Idaho Maximum Security Institution, which reportedly cost $1.2 million to do. There are currently 8 people awaiting execution in Idaho, but now the state faces another problem: finding qualified people willing to volunteer to pull the trigger. Reports say Idaho's execution team would include trained law enforcement officers, including shooters, backups, squad leaders, but their identities would be protected. Supporters argue that firing squad is faster and more reliable than lethal injections, especially after Idaho's failed 2024 attempt to execute Thomas Creech when officials couldn't find a usable vein. Critics say that this is a cruel, outdated, and psychologically damaging way to kill, and it's damaging for everybody. So the question becomes, if the state can legally execute someone but struggles to find people willing to do it, what does that say? Is it something that we should be doing or not? I don't know, man. In other news, this is a really, really good one, right? 500 bricks was found in frozen tuna. This is crazy. This might be one of the craziest drug smuggling stories of the year, maybe even the decade, right? Russian authorities say that they found about 500 kilos of cocaine hidden inside a frozen tuna fish in the port of St. Petersburg. The shipment reportedly came from Ecuador and was legally imported as frozen whole tuna. But when official inspectors inspected the container, they found bricks of cocaine packed inside of the fish. This wasn't just a simple open the box type of bust. Reporters say that the officer had actually used chainsaws and shovels to open up the tuna to get the drugs out. What's the estimated street value? 70 million buckaroos. Authorities say the shipment was part of a larger trafficking route moving cocaine from Latin America to Russia. So next time somebody says something smells fishy, that's exactly what they mean. Frozen tunas, chainsaws, a half a ton of cocaine, man. Like, I can't make this shit up. I feel like somebody had to tell, because there's no way that was a fucking genius idea. It was brilliant. I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, bro, why would I think it was some shit like that? Not that I would be smuggling bricks, but I'm just like, damn, I would have never thought that as a way to do it. Like putting it inside of huge ass tuna fish, freezing them, like that shit was genius. Somebody had to tell on them. Somebody gave up some information that got them all fucked up. But anyway, NBA YoungBoy is trending again, but this time it's not about music, court, or beef in the streets. It's actually rumors that he came out as bisexual. I seen this on the internet. I didn't know if it was true. I had to do a deep dive. So what's the proof? Right now, there doesn't really appear to be confirmed proof that YoungBoy himself, his team, or any major credible outlet said this. It's important because sexuality is personal. I mean, unless the artist says it directly or a reliable source confirms it, it's just speculation on the internet. Some fans are pointing to like old interviews, fashion choices, lyrics, his mannerisms, and kind of feel like that should be evidence, but that doesn't prove somebody's sexuality. And honestly, this says more about internet culture than it does about YoungBoy. Like, people can turn a rumor into a headline overnight. So as of now, NBA YoungBoy coming out as bisexual is not confirmed. The real story should be how fast can fucking social media create a narrative before there's actual proof. But you know how that is. I think we've all been victim to some type of fucking narratives on social media just because rumors are created by fucking haters and spread by idiots. But on another note, Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty. I meant to talk about this before because it like happened last week. But bro, this video dropped, and you know, from funny skits to commentaries online, bro, there's just so much to say. It's just so many questions. But anyway, the alleged Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty robbery tape has the internet going crazy. Federal prosecutors say the video shows Pooh Shiesty trying to force Gucci Mane to release him from his 1017 record contract during a meeting in Dallas. According to the court filing, Gucci Mane, whose real name is Roger Davis, traveled to Dallas for what he thought was going to be just a regular business meeting. Prosecutors claim Pooh Shiesty brought a printed release document, and an armed man blocked the door, and Gucci was forced to say on camera that the contract was done. Prosecutor also alleged that Gucci was robbed for around $450,000 in jewelry, cash, and valuables. Now, Pooh Shiesty has pleaded not guilty, and his former attorney has warned people not to assume that the leaked clip automatically equals a conviction. But here's the real question that everybody is asking. Why the fuck would anybody record that? Like, if the prosecutors are right, that video may be one of the strongest pieces of evidence in the case. Sometimes that flex is a fingerprint. So I guess they thought he was going to say, oh, yeah, everything's good, man. You know, Pooh Shiesty said he wanted out, man. So Big Guwap going to let him out, man. I wish him the best. Y'all make sure y'all check out his new album. What the fuck you think he was about to say? Like, yeah, bro. I mean, shit. It was done. It's done. It's like, whatever. So I guess Pooh Shiesty thought he was going to do a fucking radio drop for him or something like that. But that ain't how it worked. And whoever was recording it, bro, like, even if you was gonna record it, just record Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane, right? And then you wouldn't have been able to claim anything. Why would you pan the camera to the guy at the door with a stick. That was fucking stupid. Big 30 is gonna fucking get 30. Fuck around with this case. But anyway, man, that's my time for today, man. Thank you so much for tuning in to me. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. One love, one love, one love. And yeah, man, check me back out tomorrow. We'll be back in here, same time, same place, man. Make sure that you follow me on all social media platforms. Tony Tong TV, Urban Demand. Make sure you follow all my businesses. They'll be somewhere here in the bio, man. But just follow me. Check me out. Appreciate you. Much love. Till tomorrow. Be great on purpose.